Hello， 大家好，欢迎来到今天的节目《A Peep into Different Educational Systems》。我是今天的主持人，也是辅大影传2年级的学生马欣。这次影音节目的跨域协作课程，我们邀请到了外语学院的同学来与我们共同合作，完成这次的企划。我们先请外语学生的同学来跟我们做一个简单的自我介绍吧。
好，Hello， 大家好，我是日文1的唐子文，在组里面担任组长工作。
大家好，我是德语1的王立成，在纪录片里面担任的是剪辑。
大家好，我是方杰，来自马来西亚。
欢迎3位，很开心今天可以邀请到3位来跟我们分享这次的拍摄心得。那首先可以先请你们简单跟我们分享一下这部影片的创作发想，跟你们想要透过这部影片传达的意义呢？
每个人在生命的过程中也会经历过那个求学的历程嘛。我们刚好这一组有2个外籍学生，我们就想说透过这个机会呢，去认识到其他国家的教育制度，然后让观众可以透过我们的节目呢，去认识其他国家的教育制度，然后进而去跟我们自己的教育制度去做比较，然后去做一个批判性的思考。
那这一次是你们第一次与影传系合作，那想要请问一下，你们透过这次的合作，对于影传这个领域有没有什么特别的感想呢？
就是可能原本以为就是拍纪录片，只要是一般的，就是受访者跟就是访谈的那个人2个对话这样录起来就好了。但是上过一次就是影传系老师的课之后，才发现就是可能还要就是注意到拍摄什么画面，然后搭配什么样的就是台词，然后才能吸引到观众。然后还有剪辑的部分，其实也蛮困难的，对，所以觉得影传的这个领域其实很有挑战性，但是也很有趣。
那么在这次的拍摄过程当中，对于拍摄的事前工作准备，有什么让你们觉得特别印象深刻的事情吗？
对于事前准备，我觉得印象比较深刻就是关于分镜的划分，因为一般上我们不会特地去参考其他影片的分镜划分，然后也没有想到不一样的镜位会对一个影片有那么大的影响。然后也很感谢影传系的同学们有给予我们一些点子，然后也让我们去观察一下其他国外的采访节目，然后我们也学了他们的剪辑手法，然后这样子拍案定案我们的影片。
那可以看得出来，你们这一次为了这样的作品花费了不少的心思。那我们就废话不多说，我们就一起来欣赏他们的成果作品吧。
Education has always been an important part of our lives, but we rarely know what are other countries' educational systems. Today we invited 2 guests. One is from Vietnam, another is from Malaysia. They are going to talk about their country's educational systems and also their school lives. Welcome to our interviews. Today we are really glad to have you 2 here. Can you say hi to our audience?
Hi, I'm Chloe and I'm from Vietnam. I've been in Taiwan for around 4 years.
Hello, I'm Wan Wei Sim, or you can call me Win. I was from Malaysia and I've been in Taiwan for more than 4 years.
Wow, both of you have been in Taiwan more than 4 years, right? So I think you must be really familiar with Taiwanese culture. And of course, thanks again for coming here. And now we have some questions for you. First of all, let me introduce our Taiwanese educational system. We have 2 entrance exams for a student who wants to go to a college. Our students choose social field or science field before they go to college. And however, we still stress on the academic performance rather than one major or one skill. So that's a brief introduction in our country. Then how's the educational system in your country, Malaysia?
so the main feature of Malaysia's educational system is that we have public and private schools. I think it's same as Taiwan, but the private and public schools that we have are usually divided by language. So we have Malay-based schools, English-based schools, and Mandarin-based schools. So the difference is that Malay-based schools mainly stress on Malay than English. So Chinese is optional to students, while English-based schools are similar to Malay-based schools, but Chinese-based schools, we have to learn 3 different languages, which are Malay, English, and Chinese at schools.
How about you?
Okay, for the Vietnamese educational system, it's kind of like a little bit different from Taiwan because we also have like 2 entrance examination and 1 for the final grade of the secondary school to prepare for the high school, and the second one is the national examination to prepare for the college, and we have 6 subjects for the examination. Math, literature, and English are must-have subjects, and we have to choose the social and science field just like Taiwanese one. And the social include geography, history, and civic education. In the science, it has chemistry, biology, and geography.
In your country, also have social field and science fields. So, do you think there is any difference between Taiwanese one or the one in your country? You don't really.
Yeah, because I didn't receive the educational system in Taiwan, so I'm not sure about that.
Okay, that's fine. Next, and can you share some differences or similarities in educational system between your country and Taiwanese educational system?
So in the case of differences, in Malaysia we usually study in the same secondary school, which means junior and senior high schools are in one single school. So, and at least 5 years of education is required in secondary school. Another difference that I noticed after coming to Taiwan is that at least for my school in Malaysia, we don't have recess time between classes. So in Taiwan, I know that 10 minutes of recess time between each classes, but in my school in Malaysia, we don't have recess time between classes. We only have breakfast and lunch break within school hours. So that means that the lessons are one after another without letting us take a rest.
That seems like you feel so great in Taiwan. We have recess time, right?
Yes.
Okay. How do you think about the differences and similarities between your country and in Taiwan?
I think the similarity is that, as Winnie said, we also have learned the general subjects like math, something like that. But for the Mandarin classes, it depends on the student want to choose that class. And for the different one, we have a lot of oral tests to repeat the lesson we learned last week or the previous period, and we also have an hour for the written test.
Oh, you have oral tests, so you have opportunities to speak your own opinions, right? And next, we are moving to the next question. Have you been to Taiwan before this? And did you face any difficulties when studying Taiwan as a foreign student?
Sometimes I can't understand Taiwanese jokes or puns because of the different cultural background. though I've been learning Mandarin for years. Yeah. But luckily, my friends are very kind to explain to me when I have anything that I don't understand. So I would say that I don't face quite a lot hardships in Taiwan as a foreign student.
Yes, I think your friends are really sweet. How about you? How about you think about the difficulties in Taiwan?
I think the most difficult for me is the language barrier, because this is the first time I flew to Taiwan for the college, so my Mandarin is not that good, because I just pick up Mandarin from the primary school to the secondary school. Yeah, and I didn't learn Mandarin for during the high school, so my Mandarin is really bad. And when I came here for the first time, I really struggled because I don't know how to choose the courses in our university, and I have difficulty understand people in the group discussion or when I work at the restaurant. Yeah.
That must be really tough for you. You first came to Taiwan just for the college.
Yes.
So you are attracted by the educational system or something else?
Because my mom wants me to study, to keep up studying Mandarin, so I would have more option for my future jobs. That's it. Asian mom.
Yeah, Asian mom. Okay. After all of this, you have really different background. You have two education backgrounds. So do you have any thoughts on Taiwanese educational system?
I had a smattering of Taiwan's educational system, I knew what exams students take or what subjects we learn. But after you explained to me just now, I got more insight into it.
Thank you, that's my pleasure.
Sorry.
Do you feel anything bothering? Just the cultural difference or some language difference?
I don't feel much bothering because, yes, like I mentioned before, I've been learning Mandarin for years and I know a little bit of Taiwanese, so I can understand what the elders say or some Taiwanese that you say. But there's one thing that I feel bothered when I first came to Taiwan is that almost all of my Taiwanese friends, they are very caring, and they ask me about why did you come to Taiwan, and every friend of mine have asked me this question, and I have to explain it 100 times to my different friends. But after a few months or after 1 or 2 years, the situation becomes better because everyone knows why I came to Taiwan.
So you are attracted by the educational system or some the tuition fees?
Oh, surely tuition fee, because the tuition fees in Taiwan is way cheaper than in Malaysia's. Like my sister and brother, they studied in Malaysia, the college, and the tuition fees is 4 times expensive than mine in Fujian Catholic University. So the tuition fees per year equals to my tuition fees in my whole college life. Yeah, it's way too different.
Yeah, this is a huge difference. We're moving to the next question. Did you benefit anything from your own country's educational system, Chloe?
I would say not at all, because Vietnamese educational system is quite passive. Yeah, but recently, nowadays, the our country has been like improving the educational system step by step, so we must receive the best, like the better educational system this year. But however, the Generation Z in Vietnam, like they access the technology at the young age, so I think it's an opportunity for them to thrive.
Oh, it's really cool that technology really changed our lives, right? So can you talk about how the technology affect Vietnam's educational system during the pandemic time?
For example, my younger sister, she is at like 7th grade, but she knows how to use PowerPoint, something Word, Excel, like and Zoom, something like that. But at my age, I just like hang around, like,
yeah, that's really a big difference. And so you think this technology really helps their learning?
Yeah, I think it's good because it's like a technology, like society is 4.0. Like, yeah, we have to know a little bit about like computer, basic computer.
So how about you, Winnie? Did you benefit anything from Malaysian's educational system?
Partially did, and instead of educational system, I would say I did take advantage of our cultural background because I've been studying in Mandarin-based private schools for more than 11 years, like I mentioned before. So I've been learning 3 different languages for more than 11 years. So this leads to my passion for learning languages and to be open to different cultures, different religions and people.
So that's really cool that you can learn so many languages during schools, yes. Because as for me, in my high school life, we can choose another foreign language, but we don't have that great like language lessons. So we just learn the pronunciation. So after we talked about all the pros and cons of Taiwanese educational system, Winnie, which part would you want to change in Malaysia's educational system?
I wish that government could focus more on Chinese education and offer the same opportunities to all of the students, despite race.
Hope we can see that in the future. And how about you? Which part would you want to change in Vietnam's educational system?
I also think that the government should provide the diversity of courses and social clubs for students to join instead of like a lot of homework and exams, because it's way more interesting and the student has more chances to like express themselves and work with others from different backgrounds.
Maybe in the college life in your country, that kind of courses are provided, but you don't know, right? Because you are in Taiwan.
Yes.
Thanks again for coming here, and that's all our interview questions. And hope everyone enjoys our video. Goodbye. Bye bye.
欢迎回到我们的现场。那接下来就让我们一起来深入了解他们对于拍摄过程中的心得感想吧。那想请问一下，因为你们其实应该都是第一次接触这种拍摄，那一开始的时候会不会对这个领域稍微有一些迷茫呢？
迷茫肯定是有的，因为毕竟是自己领域外的学问。然后，可是也很开心，因为有带领我们的影传系的同学们，他们在我们拍摄时有帮我们调镜位， 也有帮我们安抚受访者跟采访者的情绪。然后后期在剪辑上，他们也给我们很多的回馈 idea， 让我们的影片能够如期顺利的进行。
那在你们深入了解受访者之后，你们是否也对于你们的拍摄主题跟领域有更多不一样的见解呢？可否请你们分享一下你们这次的采访过程中，让你们感受到跟印象当中不太一样的观念，或者是受访者带给你们新的想法呢？
在透过这次的访问，我就听到越南的学姐她介绍他们的国家里的教育制度，然后我发现说，其实台湾跟越南的教育制度是蛮像的，然后也有分社会组跟自然组，所以我就觉得说，很酷，然后跟我们很有共鸣这样子。
我印象中比较深刻的是来自马来西亚的受访者有说，他们就是从整天都在上课，然后就只有早餐时间跟午餐时间是中间完全没有下课的。我原本以为就是台湾已经是算是一个蛮高压的学习环境，但没想到他们可能比我们还要再更严格一点。
对，那也想要请你们总结一下你们这次完整的拍摄心得是什么呢？
首先今天很荣幸可以来到这个那么专业的摄影棚，然后有点可惜的是这次没有跟影传系非常直接的合作到，但是我们在拍摄的时候，影传系的学姐都有给我们很多的建议，然后在拍摄的时间他们也都会抽空来给我们协助，所以我觉得非常感谢有这次的机会。
我觉得这次和影传系的学长姐还有自己组员合作这个部分，就是一个平常真的很接触不太到的领域，就觉得是一个很难得的机会。然后希望下次如果有这种机会的话，还会想要再一次。
我觉得很有趣。然后如果下次还有机会这样的话，我肯定不会拒绝。
那最后感谢大家收看我们这次跨域协作的作品，那也希望大家在未来有更多交流的机会。那我们今天的节目就到这边告一个段落，我们下次再见。